Hello there, TJ Bellotti. Thanks for stopping back. I'm sure you've heard the expression, the best way to eat a whale is one small bite at a time. And obviously what that means is whenever you have a large task in front of you, the best way to complete that task or the best way to start to make inroads into that task is by taking small steps, accomplishing little goals every day to get towards the consumption of your goal. Well, you need to start looking at your business in that way. In fact, I would look at your whole life that way, especially as a small business owner. And the reason why I say that is once you go down the road of being a small business owner, almost every aspect of your life ends up influencing it. When you're an hourly employee for a small company, or whenever you're an employee in a larger corporation and you have a career, a lot of the business work structure is given to you. You're told what to do when and how. But now you're on your own. So not only does your business become this large task that needs taken care of, but it also weaves itself in and out of every aspect of your life. So what you need to do is you have to set to standard that every day you're going to take baby steps towards the goals you have set. Maybe your first year you want to have 30 clients by the end of the year. If you're at month 6 and you only have 3 clients, you better start making some progress. But if at month 1, you say, all right, I want 30 clients by the end of the year. So that means every month I need to have 2.5 new clients on average. You should be tracking that every month. Now that 2.5 clients each month represents a baby step towards your goal. If you only look at the 12 months and say, this time next year, I want to have 30 clients, and the only number you ever focus on is 30, you're probably going to fail because you don't set those small goals to get you up to the 30. So make sure you're setting small goals. You're making baby steps towards what you ultimately want to be. The second thing that I'd like to point out along with this is there's no one coming to save you anymore. You're out of here on your own. Whenever you're an entrepreneur, whenever you have a small business, you're basically running without a net. There's no one coming to save you at the end of the day. There's no one else to pick up your slack. It is you that is going to succeed or fail. So you have to also get used to that emotion, that feeling that you are the responsible one. You are the only person that's going to make things work, and you are the one that is going to make things fail. So unless you're comfortable with those two emotions, the one that you constantly have to be making baby steps. And as time passes, you look back and you start to realize that you're really making bigger strides. And I don't mean your baby steps get bigger. What I mean is as time passes, as you take each one of those little baby steps, you get further and further away from your starting point and closer to your end goal. And that is why you really need to set goals. And I mean realistic goals. You'll hear a lot of the guys that are selling books, and ladies, that are selling books and have videos on YouTube that talk about becoming multimillionaires, and you have to set massive goals for yourself, and you're the only one that can propel yourself into this greatness and becoming this small business giant. And if you tell yourself and you write down that you'll be a millionaire in a year, you'll get there. Some people do. But in reality, the overnight success is not an overnight success. In reality, the overnight success took years to get there. The band that seemed to come out of nowhere with a massive hit or a great album has been toiling in small clubs and small bars for years. We just found out about them because all of a sudden they were launched above everybody else. So for years they took baby steps. They're driving around in old beat up cars with beat up equipment and instruments. And finally, at some point, as they take those baby steps, they look back and they're a lot further ahead than they used to be. And they're setting themselves up for that day when they get the correct phone call or they get the correct producer to produce the new song that actually excels them into the pop culture. The same thing's true of a business. You set those first few years up, setting down your systems and grinding away week after week. It's not going to be pretty. It's not glamorous. We spend more time as entrepreneurs by ourselves than we probably ever thought we would. And again, it's because we're always taking those little steps, and we are always flying without a net. There is nobody coming to save us. There's nobody that's going to look over your shoulder when you're halfway through a project, look at your computer screen and say, what a great job you're doing today. The only thing that is really going to affirm the work that we do is whenever our clients pay the bill. And to them, that's their thank you. Don't expect a whole lot more than that. You're not going to get many people sending you cards talking about how great you are. Some will. Some will send you an email and it'll say what a great job you did and your price is awesome, and they're telling everybody that they know about you. And that's good. You'll have that happen. But 90% of the clients are going to receive their invoice, inspect the work that you did, write a check, and mail it back to you, and you won't hear anything back from them. So those emotions of kind of solitude, and I don't necessarily just mean personal solitude, but you being the driving force behind your business and not having that daily affirmation of the work that you're doing, please get used to those feelings and those emotions because they don't change. Now, one of the things, as I said, that is difficult for some people, and I felt it a lot at the beginning of my business, and I'm starting to feel it again now that we have a really good team under us. You're kind of out here with no one really to talk to. So maybe one of the things you can do is schedule yourself 15 minutes every few hours to hop on Facebook and say hello to a friend, or join an entrepreneurial Facebook group that you could pop in and out of and say, hey, how's everybody else's day going? Mine's boring, or mine's great, or mine sucks, or whatever. And if you don't find one of those forums, if you don't find a Facebook page that works for you, start one. You're an entrepreneur now. You have to start thinking that if it's not out there, if what I need is not out there, I'm going to find it and I'm going to start it, because that's how innovation does occur. So start getting used to those things, start thinking about them, and we'll talk soon. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments below, and we'll talk soon. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.